Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Review.
Nightmare is an expansion for Resident Evil. This would only be played with the base game or with alliances, and it works that out. This one has a storage solution, which is really the big key for this, because there's a storage solution for the other sets. You can fit most of everything into here. The problem I have with the game is just more stuff. And most of the stuff does the same thing, just has different artwork on it. There weren't a lot of interesting things. Some people really like the mansion in this one. It does give you some reasons to keep a bigger inventory, where the other ones maybe you wouldn't do it so much. But Nightmare is one of the last ones I would get unless you just want more. It doesn't give you a whole bunch of interesting things to do. Now, of course, any game or expansion is going to have its fans, and they'll tell you why it's the best. But I feel like some of the other ones, specifically the later ones, gave you a little bit something extra that made it feel new and special. Well, this one was kind of held back. It's just variety. And that variety was really things I've already done with just different artwork. This is my opinion, as it will. It's probably one of the last ones that I would get in the expansion route for Resident Evil. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a look at the game, see what's come in the box, and then we'll discuss it a little bit. So here's Resident Evil deck building game Nightmare. This is a standalone game and an expansion, so you can add this in. Very dynamic here. You're going to have these people running. Not exactly running because the bad guys are facing in other directions, but I see what they're trying to do here. I think it's a very dynamic one. These all come in same size boxes the Resident Evil series does. You're going to open it up. You're going to see a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a second. But the first thing you're going to notice is you're going to have some cards, but it's pretty bleak compared to what this looks like you're going to get versus what you actually get. So here are the cards that you're going to get. Here are the card dividers for the series, so not a whole lot there. Let's take a look at the rulebook first, and what you're going to have is a prologue. And what you're going to see is there's a lot of pages in this. There's a lot of wasted space. So this whole thing is just a small table of contents and a big gigantic picture. You're going to have analysis of the cards and what they're going to look like and explanations, and that continues there, and a whole page of just artwork. And then you're going to have the field layout. It kind of tells you how the basic setup of the game is going to be. And then you're going to jump into the first game mode. Some recommendations for what cards you should start with on some plays, but you can really mix and match whatever you want. A little bit about how to play the game. Somebody left some blood on mine. And once again, almost a page and a half here of just artwork. Then you're going to be some deep dive into some of the rules and what's going on. And then you're going to have additional setups. There's going to be a lot of scenarios and setups in this book. Quite a bit here. You know, we're on 3 pages of it. They're going to go into your mercenary mode, which is a different way to play with a whole bunch of scenarios and setups there. And it's going to tell you what the rule changes are for that. Another whole page of artwork, you know, maybe a quarter page up there, into our third mode, which is versus mode. So a lot of different ways to play. And some terminology at the end of the game. And then a box layout of the cards that you're receiving. So the rulebook does a pretty good job. If you ever played a deck builder before, you're not going to have a whole tremendous amount of trouble with this. So I just kind of want to show you these. These are the card dividers that come with it. It's very nice. A lot of games forget to give you these, like Legendary. It's a big pet peeve of mine. So we have great artwork on all of these. I'm just going to go through a few of these. Here's some for the action cards. Here are for some of the weapon cards. And you can kind of, the item cards that you'll have, Symbol of Evil, the mansion cards you can put in, and so on for your characters and whatever. And then you have a few that you could customize if you wanted to. These are greatly appreciated. They're just cardboard. They feel like just like really, really strong paper, if you will, which plastic is better like with Smash Up. But this is really appreciated. And you have unique art that's put on these, so great job. So what I've done here is I made 2 piles of cards. This pile over here is all the unique cards, 1 copy of each card. And then this over here are the doubles that you're going to get. Everything in here on your right is seen on my left. So you can see the difference. These are the copies. These are 1 copy of every card. So you can see that you're going to get a lot of doubles in this one. So let's take a look at the cards that we're going to have in this set really quickly, if we may. So we're going to start with the characters. We're going to get Ada Wong. You can see she has the ability to upgrade as you get more decorations. Louis Sarah. Leon Kennedy would be in this one. And you're going to have Josh Stone. A Mysterious Mask. This one's unique that you don't know who it is. Carlos Oliveira. Mikhail Victor. Chris Redfield. Now, he's in a lot of the other sets, of course. Sergei Vladimir. Albert Wesker, who has the most health in this one. So those are going to be your characters. You will get a few action cards here. The PDA. A gift, and this discards your inventory, but +2 cards, as you can see. High value targets, you get 5 gold and 5 ammo during your turn. Long awaited Dawn, move up to 2 cards from your discard pile to the top of your inventory. Ominous Battle, trash a card from your hand. It's really good to be able to trash cards. Toe-to-toe, draw 1 card for every 5 cards in your inventory. When your character explores, select 1 weapon. They are using that weapon, gets a +5 damage. So Lone Wolf. Vengeful Intention, you can see this one costs 40. And you're going to have your action card of Symbol of Evil. You can attach this card to a character. So this won't be in your inventory, but will actually go attached to somebody there. The Raccoon City Police Department, you might remember from Resident Evil 2. And then Mind Control. Choose another player and they reveal their hand. Choose an action revealed this way with a cost of 70 or less and discard it, apply its effect. So a little bit of a take that you can choose somebody else's card from their hand and be able to use it for you. But this one has an extreme cost of 80. It's very expensive. Getting into some of your weapons, you're going to have the Flash Bang, which is a little grenade that can go off. Your Silver Ghost, which is a unique, not too much of a unique weapon at 10 and 10. Single rifle with a scope, 40 and 30, not too bad for a 50 cost. 30 and 30 here for a 70 cost. You see, it's a lot more. And it might be you might think, well, the Punisher is better. I mean, the single shot is better. But that player discards a card from your hand. You make somebody else a little bit take that. This one you get +2 cards in an action. So that's kind of what you're paying for, the difference there. Special Ops Rifle, 50-50, very, very strong. Once again, you're seeing the same cost. This one costs the same, but does less damage, but the power is going to be different. You need to look at that when you're buying cards. Here's your Lightning Hawk, which is a 60-60 with 100. And then here comes your 2 most powerful ones at 120. The Hand Cannon, trash 1 ammunition from your player. This card cannot be attached to characters. So 80-80. The 120 you'll see 0-0 is a Mind Thrower. He gets +10 damage during this turn for each ammunition in your play area. So you want to spend a lot of ammunition to go through that. We're going to look at the Infected. You're going to get a little bug here. You're going to get a regular Militia, just a regular entry. And a Zombie Security Guard that's going to come in. Here's a Militia with a Stun Rod that you can see, so a little bit more powerful. The Zombie Technician. And you're going to get your plants that you're kind of used to. This is Ivy that you've seen a lot. And this is really cool. I like this one, the Neptune, the shark that came out. Very cool. So 30 health, 10 damage, but he's worth 2 decorations. You're going to have the animal with the tentacles coming out. This guy's got the rocket launcher, is kind of cool. He doesn't do any damage to you, but when this effect is revealed, he takes 50 damage -10 for each card in your inventory. So you want to be careful when he comes out. Here's a nice dog. This big guy, one of the hunters, so he can be 30 damage. That's pretty tough. And then a regenerator. You're going to have Jack Krauser. Now, he's pretty tough. He gives you 4 decorations, but he does 30 damage. He has 50 health. We're getting some of the meaner ones. This is Mendez, 70 health, 50 damage, but gives you 6 decorations. Osman Saddler gives you 8, but man, is he tough to beat. Now we're looking at some unique items here. The hidden treasure you can find, a treasure map, and then you have the single event card, the PLL 412 that will be included. So to set the game up, you're usually going to take a character that you'll be playing as, which has a power and your health. And you might have a couple cards that the game allows you to start with. There'll be a certain setup that you'll have. And you'll be able to start with those cards that you might have. And then you'll have the mansion deck that will look like with these cards that you'll have with the doors on them, which usually will have somebody infected inside. And they'll be set up depending on what scenario that you're using. In addition, you're going to have cards that will be set up for purchase. So you will have 3 rows of cards that will be available to purchase, and usually this will be scenario-based about what they are. And what you're going to see here, first off, is the cost it is to buy this card. So each round, you're going to be able to take an action. You're going to be able to explore the mansion deck, or you can buy one of these cards or a set of cards that you can expend. So when you give up a card that has gold on it, and you'll be able to utilize that to purchase other cards. So you can purchase these cards for the pile. These will go into your discard pile, which you'll be drawing cards out of when you have to shuffle up, making your deck stronger. In addition, you'll be able to take actions that are on cards. So you just kind of read the card at the bottom, and you can do that. Remember, you can always do 1 buy, 1 action, and 1 explore. Exploring is fairly easy. Just turn over a card, and this will be the person that you'll fight. Now, you'll have to use your weapons to destroy this guy here. And sometimes they'll have stuff that will interact either when you kill them or beforehand, and you have to kill his health. If you don't kill his health, then you'll take this amount of damage here. So if you're looking at this guy, you would have to do 15 damage to him. If you kill him, great. then you get to Decoration, which is your victory points and helps you level up. But if you don't kill him, then you have to take the damage that's included here. And if you take a number of damage equal to your health, you're going to lose. So each round you're going to have a buy, an action, and an explore where you can go through this deck to see who can win the game. And there are going to be different scenarios that are involved, which will have different ink conditions and etc. I'm not going to go into all of those, but that is something you do. There's also mercenary mode where you have a time, you have a certain amount of turns, 15, and you try to defeat as many people as you can, gaining the decorations on these cards, hoping to score the most victory points. So this one, once again, is a standalone. You can use it to interact by itself or with the other expansions. But that's fairly a good overview of how you play the game.
Nightmares for the hardcore, the Resident Evil deck building game fans. It's not one of the first ones I would get. It only works with certain expansions very well, and it just feels like the storage solution is why you're buying this. I'm getting this big box, and it has some stuff in it also. And I think that's fine. You see people do, Smash Up does that, etc. And there's a lot of things going on with that. But I think it works, but this is not necessarily one unless you're looking for the storage solution. That would be top of my list, especially with the price going up on these. They're not being easily found as they once were. Take that as you were. I wouldn't have purged this because I don't think Resident Evil deck building is what I'm going to stick with, although I love the theme and I do have a soft spot for the game. I don't need all this stuff for it. I'm going to go back to certain things, and Nightmare's not one that I'm going to need, so it'll be purged for me. Your mileage may vary. If you want everything, you'll get this. If you want the storage solution, you'll get this. If you like some of the key aspects of this, you'll get this. Otherwise, this is one I might skip out on if I were you.